Hello and welcome back to Up Download. My name is Sterling, aka iCitation, and I am joined today for the first time by the incredible, incomparable, brave leader of the Jermaine Sewer Rats, Michelle, aka Mix Yen. Michelle,
God damn
how
it.
you doing today?
Did Ian put you up to that?
No,
I kind of feel
I
like
just
Ian might
thought
have
of
put
it.
you up to that.
I,
That's so funny.
no, just the one Destiny 2 clan I was a part of for however short a time I was playing.
And you're valid. You're valid for that. Well, thank you. Yeah, I'm doing great. What a beautiful Sunday.
So Michelle, this is the first time that anybody who's listened to Up Download has gotten to meet you. So why don't you introduce yourself?
True.
Let us know what some of the stuff you like to play. What do you like to do? What brings you here?
Okay. I'm Michelle. I used to play Destiny 2, and then it's a shit game, so I stopped playing it. What else do I do?
Is
Now
it a
I
shit
play a
game,
lot
or is
of
it just run by shit people?
it's it was a good game that has been run by shit people for so long, it's become a shit game.
Oh, okay, got it.
In my personal opinion. If you still enjoy the game, power to you. Like, good for you. If you work on the game, keep doing what you're doing. But
Get your bag.
after a fucking decade, I have had enough. I haven't even
decade?
played it for a decade. But I mean, it's been around for like a decade,
right.
but you know.
Yeah.
So yes, I used to have a pretty cool, I still have a pretty cool clan in Destiny 2, but currently it is uninstalled on my computer. I have since transitioned into being Baldur's Gate 3 girly. I kind of have some hit tweets sometimes on the Baldur's Gate 3 Twitter. So that's pretty much what I do. I'm like very unhinged on Twitter. And yeah.
My cat has decided to join us too. She heard the talking and wanted to come bother.
Amazing.
Yeah, and so Baldur's Gate 3, you are the queen of Baldur's Gate 3 astrology Twitter. That was almost how I introduced you, and I think that's how I will in the future.
True. Thank you.
So, and then Dead by Daylight too, of course, the best game of all time.
Yeah. I haven't played DBD in a really long time, at least.
I played one game when Chucky came out, and that's it.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I'll play more when Alan Wake comes out. I loved Alan Wake, and so
that's true.
It's gonna be fun. I think he might actually come out this week, if I remember right. I don't know.
Oh shit, really?
Anyway, that's not important. What is important is we got more layoffs this week that we need to talk about. And Nintendo has made a vague yet specific statement. We're going to touch on the Oscars for a little bit. You know, we're trying to branch out into general entertainment, not just gaming. And there's some important stuff with the Oscars we want to talk about. And then there's going to be a lot more. So let's rip the Band-Aid off. Pop into the tough topic that is the Microsoft layoffs. I don't know the specific number. I know there's a website tracking this, and I haven't gone. I don't know if it's Kotaku. It might be a different website. There's a website tracking the total number of layoffs that we've had in 2024 so far. What I do know is that we are, I think, already super close to passing the total number of layoffs from 2023, and we are on January 28th.
Oh my gosh.
So let me pull up. Here's an article from The Verge by Tom Warren. Microsoft lays off 1,900 Activision, Blizzard, and Xbox employees. I don't know, Michelle, what you have heard about this or followed about this, but from what I've gathered, it has been, I guess here what Tom Warren has written is that it's about 8% of the total Microsoft gaming division. It has been from all sorts of teams, from Activision, Blizzard, and King, and just other random acquisitions they've made over the years. I know a lot of the customer service departments are gone. A lot of the Overwatch team is gone. And it seems to have been fairly random, somebody just kind of looking at a spreadsheet and clicking names and being like, okay, you're gone, hit their bottom line. Yeah, what have you seen about this, and what have you been feeling and encountering with it?
I did see what Matt posted in the Discord the other day. It's a tweet from a guy on Twitter named Nathan Grayson. It says he's a reporter for at Aftermath_site, and kind of touches on it. And in this little article, it says that basically, kind of more in detail about the layoff, Activision Blizzard's 6 years in the making survival game was canceled. Much of its team was laid off. Overwatch 2 team lost dozens of employees, including lead narrative designer. And then, what was the other one that I saw? Current and former Activision Blizzard, yada yada. Almost all Game Master's employees who oversee and moderate World of Warcraft servers being let go. And I felt like when these were first hitting, because what day was it? I can't even remember. It was like...
Looks like this article came out on the 25th, so that would have been Thursday.
I gotcha. It's so depressing when your Twitter is just suddenly... And I say this as if, like, you know, I'm being impacted. Obviously, I'm not. But, like, it is so... It's so saddening to see... Mm-hmm. Your Twitter just suddenly full of people being like, I was laid off. I've been here for like 10 years, or my 1 year was supposed to be tomorrow, or I moved across the country for this job and now I have to go back, or something to that effect. And, you know, I didn't have a lot of hope for fucking Blizzard, Microsoft, whatever, to begin with. But like, God damn. Yeah, what are they doing?
It happened pretty quickly after they finalized that acquisition. And I'm in the same boat. Like, I follow a lot of developers on Twitter, and then just like the For You page for Twitter, just knowing that I like to follow developers, it's just full of and like people being like, hey, I'm in a Slack call with my team and we are just sitting here waiting to see like who gets the email, what happened.
Oh, I saw a tweet that was so bad. I can't remember who this was. I'm so sorry. I should have saved it, but I didn't. I had seen a tweet. It was from someone at... Oh, it wasn't Microsoft. It was the Riot layoff. Was that also this week? I thought that was also...
It feels like it happened recently.
I feel like it might have been. Like it was all this... Yeah, that was the other one. And you know what's so fucked up? These fucking layoffs keep happening that we just kind of mesh them all together in our heads and we don't fucking remember which studio is laying off what. But
there's also anyways, been some smaller companies and stuff here and there that have also gotten hit, and it's just something that's been eating away at me has been like, yeah, I feel of course I feel awful for the developers, people who got laid off, and like you said, people that have like just started families or just moved across the country and taken these jobs, made life decisions based on these jobs and lost them. I also feel really bad for the thousands of people that are sitting in their dorm rooms at colleges across the country wanting to go study game development, or like people wanting to branch out into a new field, take the skills they've had to go do something new, and they're sitting there staring at this and they're like, okay, what do I do? Is this going to get better? I have faith that it will get better. I feel like we are in a dip, and I think I think we're going to correct, and I feel like the industry will build back up. But I mean, not everybody can have that same amount of faith because it's a lottery. We don't know that. So I feel just awful.
If I was in college right now, God forbid, again, I would be like reconsidering my major, because that's a lot of what if to put on the rest of your life, you know.
Absolutely.
But the tweet that I'd seen earlier from somebody that had worked at Riot, I guess Riot had told all their employees, like, we're going to offer therapy through our work, and you can go, you know, we really encourage you to go get a consultation.
Yeah.
And it was, if I remember right, it was somebody like higher up at Riot too, you know, like, not that it should matter, but you know, this was like somebody with some leverage, and she was in the therapy consultation when she got disconnected from everything because she was laid off. Mm-hmm. Like, how fucking ironic.
Yeah.
Like, how terrible.
I've been through that with my layoff back in. I worked for a fitness technology company, and back in July, I was taking a month of unpaid leave to go do a musical. And there's so like occasionally I would check in to just see like what I'd missed because I didn't want to like take a month away of just not knowing anything. And so there was one day, it was right after opening. I was like, I can't sleep. I'm just gonna go pop on Teams and see what's going on. And I couldn't log in, which was normal. Like it was like once a week it would sign me out to like reset my password. But I'm like, wait, I just put in my password a couple days ago. And so then I went to my password bank, I copied the password, put it in, and it still didn't work. And then I had that thought of hearing all the stories of like Google employees who like went to the door of the company to like test their key card to find out if they got laid off that way. And I'm like, I better go check my email. And yeah, it's not a great feeling because like that's oftentimes how you discover it first is you get disconnected from things. You start realizing stuff's broken, and then you get a call or you get an email, and then it starts coming together, and then you gotta figure it out, and it's rough. Again, these are all super talented people, so these are going to be like the best of the industry if you're working at one of these companies already.
Oh, yeah.
So if I am right, and if the industry starts to course correct, they're going to be fine, and hopefully they can take their severance and have a nice couple month-long vacation and get back to it. I know it's going to be a lot more nuanced and stressful than that, but I'd like to imagine that they could just hang out for a little bit and get back to it. Wouldn't that be the dream?
I feel like...
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. With everything that we're seeing right now, especially with what's been... with what teams have been laid off and other like reporting that we're seeing, because what was that big live action game that got canceled?
The live action game.
It was no live action. No, it was
there was a
game? Big there was a big live service game. I want to say it was like was it the Last of Us live service game? Is that what I'm thinking of?
Yeah. When Naughty Dog reported some of their layoffs.
Yes.
Yeah, they were like, hey, by the way, this also is not happening. Yeah.
I think what we're going to see in the next few years is I think we're going to see the return of the box product game. And then less so of a focus on live service games, because I think what we're seeing now is, you know, these live service games that have been up for years and years and years that are just being crushed by, you know, micromanagement, and they can't keep up with what the consumer wants. And we saw this kind of like with the Bungie layoff that happened recently, and all the community managers that have come out on Twitter and basically said, especially Liana from like at Dirty F and Hippie that used to work at Bungie, she said like they rallied for so many things that the players wanted that would be totally implementable. But like only now in Destiny are they getting character customization after like 14 years. Like that's been something players have been wanting for forever. And you know, I think companies are just realizing like the amount of effort it takes to put into a live service game you can have, but don't expect to put in that, like have your live service team be doing everything at once. And I don't want to give the companies like too much credit, because obviously like there's a lot of people at the top that most likely do not know what they're talking about. But you know, I really think, especially after the year that we had with the games that won awards at the Game Awards, we're gonna I think we're gonna kind of see a shift from live service and back into big box product games, and less of a focus on games like, I don't know, World of Warcraft or Overwatch 2 or, you know, things like that to that effect.
Yeah. It's been a lot of companies that have looked at the success of, hey, Fortnite's something that did incredible and it's making a lot of money. We need to do that. It's a lot of people that are looking at the books and saying that okay, well, if this thing worked, then surely it will work for us, even though that's not how it works. You don't just make a game in a genre and have it work. You gotta really put effort into it, and Epic's been cultivating that for years to get to this point. And I agree. And what I would love to see, like you said, the return of just that single purchase, like Baldur's Gate 3. Perfect. We need more of that. We need a lot more of that.
Yes.
I mean, I know that takes years and a lot of money to make,
Yeah.
but if something in that vein, that's going to be incredible. I don't want to sit on this too much longer with all the depressing discussions surrounding layoffs. Let's move on to Nintendo this week made a very vague yet very specific statement about inquiries regarding other companies' games. It's short, so I'm just going to quickly read through this. This is a statement from the Pokemon Company. We have received many inquiries regarding another company's game released in January 2024. We have not granted any permission for the use of Pokemon intellectual property or assets in that game. We intend to investigate and take appropriate measures to address any acts that infringe on intellectual property rights related to the Pokemon. We will continue to cherish and nurture each and every Pokemon and its world and work to bring the world together through Pokemon in the future. Signed, the Pokemon Company. And I just think it's really brave of them to come out and make a statement against Tekken 8 like this, like a game that uses where you like are gathering a bunch of avatars to make them fight against other avatars. It does take a lot from the Pokemon like game systems. So yeah, I don't know. What do you think about this?
Yeah, agreed. 100%.
Sorry, I had some people noting that the audio was quiet, so I just want to pop in chat and make sure that we're sounding better.
Is it quiet?
Tried to fix it. I was
Chat.
quiet was the issue.
Oh, okay.
All right, so obviously this is Palworld, and so there's been quite a lot of issues with people just declaring, hey, plagiarism issues. Some people just think the game's not that good. A bunch of stuff. This Nintendo statement doesn't seem like it just seems like they're like we were talking in the call beforehand, and you said it sounds like they're just trying to be like, hey, stop telling us about this. And I think that is completely accurate. Where it's like, guys, we know, and we will do something if we deem it appropriate. Just shut up.
Yeah.
Let us do our thing.
This is very much a please stop DDoSing.
Yeah.
All of these people, please stop harassing them. This is not a good look.
Well, not even that, but surely they want people to stop talking about it in the vein of relating it to Pokemon, because most of the marketing I have seen surrounding Palworld has been about that, has been about how similar it is to Pokemon, and like there's been more tweets in my timeline about people getting angry at Palworld than talking about how incredible it is.
Yeah.
People need to realize that you are just giving out free advertising when you are getting angry about things. So yeah, that's what that is.
I would like to take a moment to add what you said specifically to Nicki Minaj. If you spend a lot of time talking shit, getting mad about people, you're just gonna give Megan Thee Stallion free promo. So shut the fuck up, Nicki. Also, your husband is a rapist.
I have not followed
put that out
any of
there.
this. I have seen that there has been unhinged tweets going out about it. I do not know anything that's going on in the rapper community right now. I do know, didn't that one right-wing guy like make a rap or something? What's his name?
Ben Shapiro.
Yeah. I know Ben Shapiro. I just completely forgot the. So
It's
he made.
Okay. I also push him out of my mind at all times.
He made a diss track or something.
I don't even know, but
Okay.
I don't know what's going on with Ben Shapiro. But Megan dropped her new single. I won't stay on this for too long, but Megan dropped a new single on Friday.
Okay.
And there's a bar in it that goes, it's like, these hoes don't be mad at Megan, be mad at Megan's Law. And Megan's Law is the law that says that if you're a registered sex offender, that has to be known to the public. and Nicki Minaj's husband is a sex offender. So that was at Nicki.
Okay.
But the funniest thing about this is Nicki has been nonstop, like going on Instagram Live, going on Twitter, like talking shit on Megan, talking shit on her for getting shot, talking shit about her dead mother, like just going completely unhinged. But the funniest part to me about this is that Nicki has not stopped in like 48 hours. Like it has been, when I tell you it's been constant, it's been constant.
I've only seen 2 tweets, so that's wild.
And all of the like comments that I've seen on Reddit and stuff have basically just been pointing out that Nicki is definitely on cocaine right now because she's been awake for so long, just tweeting.
That's so true.
And it's like, girl,
I mean, we don't know
just
it's true, but that's
work.
gotta be true. Like...
Anyways, there's my little tangent about Nicki Minaj.
Hey, it's good. It's good that you shifted the conversation to pop culture because we got a little bit more to talk about. So we're trying something new with Up Up Download. It's like obviously a gaming focus, but we want to talk about pop culture kind of as a whole, a lot of entertainment. And there was some big news this week with the Oscars. And Michelle, this was something that you really wanted to talk about. Yes. So I'll let you kind of drive this, but. It was about like the snubs mostly is what you wanted to talk about, right?
Yes. And here's the thing. I think Barbie is the movie of 2023. Barbenheimer, we cannot deny the way that took everything by storm. And I'll admit, like, I haven't seen all the movies that have been nominated. I'm sure they are great. I think a lot of people were just shocked that Ryan Gosling was nominated for like actor in a supporting role when Margot was not nominated for actress in the leading role, and especially Greta was honestly the one that I was like, what the fuck, wasn't nominated for best directing. Now granted, Barbie is up for I think 8 noms total, and Margot I think was nominated for best producer, and Greta was nominated for best screenplay. I think that was their way of still giving them a nod, but it's also just a very difficult Oscars category this year. I was upset, like pretty upset initially when I saw. Yeah, I think it was just kind of a slap in the face to put Ryan Gosling up. Not that he didn't do a good job, but like when you're comparing Margot Robbie's performance and Ryan's performance, like I would pick Margot's just because she was. Yeah, because
Ken was very much a caricature.
Yes.
and he did that very well, but Barbie started off as that and then like had this progression into like learning about the world and like just having what Margot really excelled at with Barbie was showing the weight of the knowledge come onto Barbie and like learn what's actually going on and how to deal with it. And then also having to deal with your caricature bratty boyfriend trying to like screw stuff up while you are dealing with these existential mess, and yeah, she killed it. And I was baffled that she didn't get nominated because like it was literally one of my favorite performances. I did the whole Barbenheimer thing. I saw Barbie one day, I saw Oppenheimer the next day. I love Barbie so much more than Oppenheimer because of Margot Robbie. It was incredible.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But the thing with this though is I think a lot of people saw it as an opportunity to get in on the conversation and make themselves relevant and make themselves victimized by what happened. I'm talking to you specifically, Hillary Clinton, because there's people out here like screaming about Margot and Greta, and while it's a snub and I don't like it, like at the end of the day, they were still nominated for other things. Like, fine, whatever. I'm not in the fucking Oscars nomination room when it happens. I'm not in the room where it happens. Okay, I'll admit it. But all of this discourse is taking away from like other historical nominations, like Lily Gladstone. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Oh,
what an amazing nomination.
Which I have not seen Killers of the Flower Moon, but I'm putting it on my list now. I know I should have watched it when it came out, but I just didn't. And so now I'm putting it on my list. Yeah.
I'm someone, a little aside, I don't, after COVID, I'm one of those people, I just don't go to the theater anymore. I don't go to I don't even really watch movies.
Yeah.
Like on streaming.
I
just
get it.
meh.
I felt I was so sad because my last apartment in Chicago, I moved right down the street from this movie theater called the New 400, which was a local movie theater. It was like in that area of Chicago for decades, and they closed down a few months after I moved there, and I was so sad because I saw a bunch of films there, and I personally still love the movie theater experience. I am a proud member of the AMC A List. In fact, one of the other hosts of Up Download, Sam Devady, he and I were entourage buddies, so we could like book A-list movies at the same time when we were in college. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
But also after that, I started going to the Alamo Draft. Have you ever been to an Alamo Draft House?
Yes.
Oh my God,
have.
incredible.
If there was an Alamo Draft House near us, I would go see movies again.
Yeah.
It's so good.
There's one in Kansas City, so I'm very excited to hopefully be moving to that area soon.
I thought that Draft House closed.
Did they? I just knew there was one. Did it close? I'm going to be so sad if it closed. I'm
sorry to do this to you.
No.
I'm going to Google it.
Anyway, for anybody that hasn't been to an Alamo Draft House, something that's really special is that the 30 minutes before the movie starts, they create tailored pre-shows for every movie. So I saw Barbie at the movie theater that was near my apartment, but I saw Oppenheimer at the Alamo, and they had 30 minutes of like nuclear safety videos for like classrooms and stuff. I saw Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles there, and they had like, instead of filling the full screen, they had just like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles like CRTV screen that took up just like 10% or like maybe like 25% of the screen and played Ninja Turtles commercials on it for 30 minutes. And like they have these tailored experiences that's so cool. Yeah, but anyway, I like movies. Movies are cool. There's some we have some people in the chat also bringing up that there's also an issue with the adapted screenplay as opposed to the original screenplay.
I forgot about that.
And I can see the argument for adapted screenplay, but like, come on, this was such an original story. And also Greta, didn't Greta get nominated for producer too? But just
I am not 100%.
I feel like she got a nomination, but she deserved one of my favorite directors of all time, Edgar Wright. All of the moments in the Barbie universe felt like an Edgar Wright film. And I mean that in like the best way. It was like very much Greta's style, but it was so perfectly stylized and like beat to beat, moment to moment, that I was just blown away by it. And I was so sad that she didn't get a directing nomination because like it's so carefully, meticulously crafted. I think that's an issue with the Oscars in general, is they kind of just see a movie as ridiculous and so they don't nominate it. But like some of the most ridiculous movies, comedy is harder than drama, in my opinion. And that's coming from an acting standpoint. And so I look at these comedies and I'm like, I can see, because you have to not only nail the world building, but you have to nail the writing and the performances. It's hard. And so I'm just blown away. Yeah. I don't know. Do you have anything else you wanted to touch on with this?
That's really it.
All right. So I want to move on to a couple review roundups for the week. There's been a couple big releases this week, and there's been some really exciting things coming out about them, which are both games that I have never touched in my life. Both franchises I have never touched in my life. But the reviews have made me interested in doing that. So number one, we're going to talk about Tekken 8. Tekken 8 has got a Metacritic score of 90. And let's take a look at what's being said about it. How do I've never honestly, I probably should have taken a look at the Metacritic website before the show. But all I can see are the latest reviews, and there's a lot of stuff in other languages and people I don't trust.
Valid.
But all right, so I'm not even gonna bother trying to sift through it. But here we can see that it's got a 90 on Metacritic. Tekken 8, Tekken being a staple of the fighting genre. I was watching some streams of it. It looks incredible. I don't know. Have you ever touched a Tekken game in your life?
I have not.
No.
My only like knowledge of this game releasing was when our fucking draft auto picked it for me because I was late to it.
Yeah. So that's something I'm gonna pull up after we talk about the next game. Get a fantasy critic roundup. So then the other game we'll touch on, since neither of us know what to say about Tekken, was Like a Dragon: Infinite Wealth.
Like a Dragon.
Yeah. So have you played anything in the Yakuza franchise?
This is what I'll say. I don't play a lot of video games that often, just because
Right.
of like, time. But when I tell you, I have watched streaming like every single Yakuza game from start to finish. Yes, I have not played it, but goddamn, am I a fucking fan of the franchise?
So does this surprise you at all? This kind
Not
of
at all.
score? Okay, cool.
No,
Have you
it
gotten to
is so
see-
deserved.
Have you gotten to see anything for Like a Dragon: Infinite Wealth yet?
No, I haven't seen much from it yet.
Okay. Cool. Well, I am excited to see where it goes, and I'm gonna pull up the Fantasy Critic real quick to see where we're standing now. I'm not signed in on my streaming browser, so I can't pull it up there. But we see that in first place now we've got Michelle with 20.3
Am
points.
I really?
For now, you know.
Microsoft Flight Simulator, save me.
Okay, hold on. We'll talk about that in a second. And then in second place, let's see here. Billy had I think you had Tekken, and Billy had Like a Dragon. So Billy is in second place with 19.6 points. And no other games for any of us have released yet. I think next up is Persona 3 Reload.
I gotcha.
And I don't know. I think that's Matt's. Okay, so I wanna air this out real quick. I draft Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 because that series is incredible for the people that play that game. Michelle goes to do her counter pick and just randomly clicks something. Oh, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. That'll work. You are going to lose so many points on this. I need you to understand that.
Here's the thing. I'm not here to win, okay? I'm here to make fun of Overwatch 2.
Okay,
All right.
That's great.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah, Michelle's so for our team names, in fantasy football you come up with a team name. Like in my fantasy league, my team name is Obi-Wan Mahomey because I have Patrick Mahomes.
I gotcha.
And in the Fantasy Critic, you come up with like a publisher name. And we have mine is An Attempt Was Made Interactive. Sam is The Very Mature Poopy Butt Incorporated. And Michelle is Still a Better Game Than Overwatch 2 Incorporated, which it probably will be now that half of the Overwatch 2 team's been laid off.
Oh no.
But
True.
yeah.
Real.
Okay. We've got one more story to talk about today.
We've
And
got one.
I don't know if
more
it's even
story.
it's not even a story, right? It's just
It's
something
a
you want to talk
story.
about.
Shut the fuck
Is there,
up.
but, no, what I
Sterling.
mean
It's
what
a
I mean is there
motherfucking story.
news? Is there news on this? Or do
Yes,
you just want to talk
there's
about it?
news.
Okay,
It's
let
been
me know the
all over
news.
Twitter.
All right. Keep us updated on Baldur's Gate 3 Twitter. What's been happening
Okay.
over there?
If you are a Baldur's Gate 3 girly, or really just a fan of sex in general,
As most gamers are, yes.
someone I'm gonna pull up this mod. Someone made.
Yeah, do you want to send me the link and I can
Yeah, I will send you the link. Let me find it. I'm just gonna go on Nexus Mods and type in sex.
That's
Okay,
not
I
gonna
found
narrow
it.
anything down. Really?
I found
What?
it, motherfucker. Yeah. Here, I'll put it in the stream,
The amount
stream
of
room chat.
the amount of things on Nexus mods that have the word sex in it must be immense.
Okay, so this was created by someone by Luna Mods, however you say it.
This mod contains adult content. You
can
turn
you
adult
gotta
content
lie.
on.
You gotta turn
okay,
it.
I'm in my streaming browser, so I'll figure that out. Actually, is it something I can even show on stream?
Probably not. Yeah, don't show it. Actually, don't show it. Anyways, so somebody created this, and let me just say, hang on, I'm actually gonna send you a picture to pull up on stream.
Okay.
Okay, so I just want you to know that I'm pretty like in the loop on Baldur's Gate 3 Twitter. But this was one that I did not see until one of my friends literally sent me this screenshot.
Okay. Oh, I just messed everything up. Hold on.
That's good.
I'm going to...
Like, know your audience, right? I guess.
So what... I don't know. I don't even know what to ask about this, honestly. I'm stun-locked over here.
Let me continue. I will continue. So...
Oh no, I didn't have audio on that screen. I'm so sorry. I'm such a bad producer.
No. Damn.
Okay, so they missed most of that story about where that screenshot came from.
Okay, so my friend Erica, shout out to Erica, her boyfriend, who I've not spoken to in a couple years, you know, just the nature of Discord friendships, he texts her and says, "This is for Michelle," and it's the Reddit link to the sex mod when it first released. Like, this is my audience now. So, the Baldur's Gate 3 sex mod. I can't believe I'm looking at this on my other monitor. What this person did is they put in like different like they added a spell to the taskbar.
Oh no.
Where you can go up to your companion, or really I think it's anyone, and you cast it on them and they have sex with you.
You know,
or you cast on them and you can ask them to masturbate.
Oh no. If there's one thing I don't believe in, it's a digital footprint. So this is great.
So I saw this, and let me just tell you, I might have the realistic erections mod installed. I did not install this, okay? I was a little scared. I was a little nervous about what that would make me, but
would they crash if they worked with each other at the same time? You know, they're working with the same models at the same time.
Make it better, actually. So I was not going to install this. Then I saw one of my mutuals on Twitter tweet a video of it. And oh my fucking god, whoever coded this, my props to you. Because when I tell you it was animated well, they had even put in like noises to go along with it. I was just like, how? And the funniest fucking thing about this is if you read the description, the person is like, yeah, so this is just like a framework. I'm just gonna put this up to see if the community wants to help me with it because I've never coded anything before. And to be quite honest with you, it was gonna be like, I was just gonna add like hugs and like, you know, that kind of thing to it. But then, you know, everybody really wanted to see the sex, so I started coding this sex. never gone to the mod before, and they made a fucking Baldur's Gate 3 sex mod. So, yeah.
Okay, so porn drives technology, and I think that's what we're seeing here. Is just, you know, the next step in video game development, honestly.
And I really just have to like thank Larian, because, you know, there's a reason why they were like, we're not going to charge you a whole bunch of microtransactions for everything we could put in the game. We're just going to let modders do it. And here we are. We have reached sex in Baldur's Gate 3. So I will probably download this at some point and then get
give us a full
nervous.
Review, and we can get it on
give you
OpenCritic,
a full sex review.
We could put it on the Fantasy Critic and get ratings. And, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely incredible. Well, I had a joke I wanted to make and I forgot it, which makes me very sad. So that's it for the show today. We've got a Kansas City game happening in about 20 minutes. Or a Taylor Swift game if you're more interested in that side of it. So I'm gonna go get ready for that. I'm very excited for that. Michelle, do you have anything else you want to say before we take off?
A moment of silence for the Olathe Northwest Ravens.
Oh, yeah.
So sorry that you had to play the Chiefs.
I'm gonna go pull this up real quick just because it's so funny.
I think this deserves to be in the new show.
Yeah. So there was a local news station to Kansas City that showed guess who's playing who this week? Showed Kansas City versus the Ravens, but they accidentally pulled a Kansas City suburb, Olathe, the Northwest Ravens against Kansas City. I don't know if this article has the tweet that followed up. Doesn't look like it. But Olathe Northwest followed up by saying, like, thank you for the opportunity or something.
Just imagine, just imagine being that kid and you're like, you're a football player, you're at school, and then all of a sudden you find out you're supposed to fucking play the Kansas City Chiefs next week.
Do it for a charity game. That'll be fun.
Or,
hey, I also saw a tweet that's like, hey, the Olathe Northwest Ravens are just one upset victory away from the Super Bowl.
I'm going to be honest with you. This prompted a thought in my head, which was, how many high schoolers do you think Patrick Mahomes could take before he was overrun?
Oh. I don't think that many, because part of being a quarterback is that, like,
That's a good point.
You're not normally getting hit. You're trying to avoid getting hit. I think he could take a few, but yeah. Now, like Jason Kelce, on the other hand, plenty.
Jason Kelce would be fucking downing beers
and screaming out, "Come on, bring it on!"
Exactly.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you for hanging out for the show. Sorry about the audio issues. Actually, I normally have a chat box open, but it broke before the show, and so this was a hell of a show for it to break on. But we got it figured out. Thanks for swinging by.
God.
We'll be back next week. It's good. The hosts are going to be, I think, me and Sam, and we're going to have a great time. So until then, check us out on Twitter at UpUpDownload and all that fun stuff. And we'll, Michelle, do you want to plug your socials and your streams and all that?
Yes. Here's the thing. I don't really stream because I'm terrible at consistency. But
hey, you kept beating worse than I did today.
You should come follow me on Twitter if you want some, if you want to see my fun astrology tweets or just all of my, like, me being unhinged on Twitter. At Mixyan. It's spelled right below me. Right below my name. You can see it. Boom.
I'm gonna.
Wow, look at my little. Wow, that's my Twitter. Yeah.
Let's do my. I know I have a lot of Aquarius in my chart.
Oh my gosh.
Like a weird amount of Aquarius in my chart, but the rest of your thread's not loading for me since I'm not signed in, so that's disappointing.
Do you know your sun, moon, and rising?
Look, we've signed off the show like twice, but I'm gonna go look it up real quick.
You should. It's okay.
CoStar.
They want to keep watching.
I have CoStar. Go to me. Go to chart. So ascendant is the rising, right?
Yes.
On CoStar. Okay, so my ascendant is Virgo. My sun is Aquarius, and my moon is Taurus.
Okay, so going off of this very, this tweet from a few months ago.
Yeah.
Your sun is Aquarius, right?
Yeah.
So your sun will be Halcyon.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna climb Mount Halcyon.
And what was your moon again? Your moon was...
My moon is Taurus.
Taurus. Let me find Taurus. Your moon is Mayrina.
I don't remember Mayrina.
She was the pregnant girl.
Oh, okay. Got it.
That ends up writing a book and slaying. And then Virgo rising is Yenna.
Yenna. Okay, cool. I think that's a solid trio.
Yeah.
What fun! All right, we're gonna need to do this more often. Have astrological game readings on stream.
Yes, agreed.
I can't wait for the Overwatch 2 heroes as astrological sign.
Oh my fucking god! I should actually do that.
I'm sure you could do it well. That'll be great.
I could.
Yeah.
I could.
All right, everybody. We're going to take off. We're going to go get lunch and see a football game. Thanks for swinging by. Make sure to check us out at twitter.com/upupdownload or upupdownload.com, where we'll have some articles coming out this week. And we'll see you next week. Same time, same place.